Okay, now we're going to talk about how to send a document to get e-signed. So we're going to go into this loan file right here for Frank the Flipper. All right, so there's a couple of different ways to do this. You can do this just by clicking on the compose email button and sending the document to get e-signed. And if you're in the Docs tab, you could just select the document and then click on the compose email button. So it's two different ways to send a document to get e-signed. So I'm going to show you this method here first. So you could do this from any tab that you're inside. Once you're inside the loan file from any tab, as long as you have access to this compose email button, you just click on compose email. And we'll scroll down below the body of the email here where we have our documents that we can add to this email. And we're going to go into the auto-generated documents. Let's say I want to send the loan term sheet. I know that's located in the borrower folder here. So I'm going to open up the folder for the borrower. I'm going to go down and look for that loan term sheet. So you remember that the red PDF icon documents will just generate a regular PDF, but the ones with the blue PDF icon, those are the ones that have the e-sign capabilities. So if I want to send this document to get e-signed, I'm going to come over here to the loan term sheet with the blue PDF icon, and I'm going to check the box right there. I see that e-sign mode is activated, and then I get a couple of check boxes that show up here for the client and for the co-client. So what that's asking me is, who do I want to collect an e-signature from? Client and borrower is interchangeable in our system. So do I want to collect the signature from the borrower and the co-borrower, or just the borrower, right? So if I want just from the client, just for the borrower, I'll click right there for the client. And now when I scroll up, I'll see that e-sign mode is activated up here. When e-sign mode is activated, it will only allow you to add the borrower or the co-borrower as the recipients here. So I'm going to list my borrower. I'm going to put my borrower in there as a recipient. I see that the attached document is there, the loan term sheet, and I see some text here generated by the system. Now I'm going to send this, and this e-sign link here, it's gonna generate a link that can be clicked on once I send this. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this. All right, your email has been sent. Now I'm gonna go over to my email, and I'm gonna wait for that email to come in. All right, so the email just came in here, so I'm gonna click to open up the email. And I see the text to the email here. It says I've got a document to review and sign. And I can click on this link right here. So I'm going to click on the link. The instructions are here as well. So it's telling you on opening the PDF, you will be asked to enter a 4-character password. So if the social security number is entered into the loan file, it's going to be the last 4 digits of the social security number. And if there is no social security number in the loan file yet, then it's just going to be 4 zeros. So I'm going to click on this to open it up. All right, now it's asking me for the password. There's no social security in this loan file, so I'm just going to enter 400000. Click on open document. All right, so now I can review the document here, go through this. You'll notice that there's a transaction number here. This is scrolling through here. And now we see where our signature is gonna show up here. So we can click to sign. And I'm going to type my name in here. So we're gonna say we're the borrower here. So Frank Flipper. And we click on place signature. All right, there's our signature. So we're going to apply the signature to the document. And so there we see the e-signature, and it's got the IP address, it's got the timestamp, transaction codes on these as well. So, so you have everything you need for the audit trail there. All right, so now I'm going to click on Finish Signing. All right, and I can click here if I want to. Click there to view the signed document, the e-signed document, and I can save that for my records as a borrower. And then we can come back into the loan file here, and if we go into the Docs tab, and we scroll down to the e-signed documents, this is where our signed term sheet appears here. So I can click on that and view it as well. There it is. Term sheet with the signature, time-stamped IP address, transaction numbers all ready to go, right? So that's one method, right? That's an easy way to send out a document to get e-signed from any tab inside of the loan file. But if you're already inside of the Docs tab, there's another way to do this. So if you're already in the Docs tab, working on documents, you can just scroll down to your auto-generated documents section here, and you can click, if I want to send the term sheet again, I know that that's in the borrower folder, so I'm going to open up the borrower folder. I'll come over to the loan term sheet and look for the one with the blue PDF icon. I'm going to click on the checkbox next to that. It's going to tell me that this document has already been e-signed, right? It lets you know if a document has already been sent. So would you like to resend? I'm going to click yes. And now it's giving me the option for client or co-client. Do I want to collect the signature from the borrower and the co-borrower, or just the borrower? So I'm going to click on client, just the borrower. And then I can scroll down and click on the compose email button. And here we are. E-sign mode is activated. E-sign mode on the top right. Now I can select my borrower here, and I see that the auto-generated document is attached there. And now this is ready to send off. So I can send this and get that e-signature again. So yeah, that's pretty much two different ways to do the same thing. And just so you know, you could send multiple documents. Let's say you wanted to send multiple documents to get e-signed. You could do that as well. And when you send this, it'll just have 3 different links in the email rather than just one. All right. So you can do this with all the e-signed documents that you have in your doc library, or if you have any in your Doc Wizard docs. There is a process to get your own custom documents with e-signatures into the system. You know, you could use the Doc Wizard tool to bring in any custom documents as long as they don't need e-signatures. But if they need e-signatures, we can do that for you, but we'd have to get the development team involved for that. So you could just create a help ticket and add your document to the ticket, letting us know that you need a custom document with e-signature. And once we review it, we'll give you a quote on getting that document into your system. So you can, once we get into your system, you can use it as much as you want. All right. So that is sending documents to get e-signed in the system.